From stream. We're here. We are here. What is up, everybody? What is up, brothers and sisters? What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your friendly neighborhood Don. We're in the building, and this is the quarantine stream. Which I said I was going to do this, and we're going to be streaming all week. And I won't call it quarantine stream all week. I was umming and ahhing. I was like, what do we call this? I kind of liked quarantine stream just because it rhymed, but like, I don't know, it has like, you know, less than entirely joyful connotations. Less than entirely joyful. By the way, I'm currently quarantined in Don Studios, just like normal. Just like I normally am. So here I am. I'm in Don Studios. It's lovely. We've got better lighting this week. With the incremental improvements. That's all you can do. You know, just like make things a little bit better every day. So if you were at the last stream, we did that 50K sub stream. And that was like a first, because the technology worked. And that was great, but the lighting was terrible. And now we've got better lighting. So yeah, what is up, everybody? Shouts out to everyone in the chat. What up, you bad motherfuckers? I'm not sure if I'm allowed to swear on streams or not. Maybe we should have a vote. Swearing on streams or not, there might be children. You know, there probably is. I think Hercules is listening. Hi, Hercules. Sorry if I swore. I won't swear again. What up? 44 people looked in already. That's awesome. What up, Mike Betters? What about Remediers? What up, Albino Thunderbuns and Bitsa and Mike Betters and Tom Blanio and Broken Umbrella and Soul Gear 22? Says prayers, my dude. That's right, prayers. Juan Monterey. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I've needed this guidance now more than ever, taking it one day at a time. Yeah, man. YouTube hero Alex is in the building, my guy. Yeah. Let's get some background music. Let's get some music behind me. Yes. We are a virus, and the coronavirus is the cure. Either way, the offspring will survive. It's just a matter of perspectives. All right, thank you very much, Agent Smith. That was Marshall McLuhan there. Thank you very much for your contribution. I am on lockdown with the flu. You've got the flu. Sean Conway, do you have the flu? You got that woo flu. Woo! Damn, son, how you feeling? Are you good? You got anyone looking after you? Are you on your own? Do you have any homies? You got a lady with a sponge? I mean, that would be optimal. You want a lady and a sponge at all times. Zoxon says, yeah, says Sancho Dianchi. Chris says, sup Akira. Look at all these bad mama jammers. Monterey like the cheese. Monterey, but I just went above and beyond and added an R. I don't know nothing about cheeses neither, man. I don't know nothing about cheeses. Stay hydrated, exactly. Sean, yeah, he got it from the people next to his work. Girlfriend is pregnant, so we're a bit worried, but it's all good. Well, look, you're not going to give birth to an old age pensioner, all right? So you're going to be groovy, and you're going to bang all that vitamin C, and you're gonna chill, and you're going to be cool. 14 days off work, though, so it's not all bad. You know what I mean? There are many plus sides to this crazy time, which we all knew we were going to be in. You know, we asked for signs, and signs were sent. You know, and here we are, 2020. 2020 was always going to be crazy, and here it is. It's crazy, but we are together. And here's the thing. You know, it is a beautiful day to be alive here at the peak of recorded human history, and that's where we are. And we have never been in a better position to combat anything that comes our way, anything at all. And like, you know, you could debate about this. You could say, well, you know, people don't necessarily know how to build fences like they used to. But it's like, yeah, some people do, and you can learn to build a fence real quick. You know what I mean? Like, this is still working. You know, all this stuff is still working. And everybody's working, and everybody's all networked, and they're all working on the same problem at the same time. That ain't never happened before neither. That has never happened before with something of this nature. Everybody all over the place is all, you know, pulling together to be useful. Apart from those people like running around building toilet forts. I know how useful you're being, you toilet fort builders. I had a theory about the toilet paper thing, which is that in a sort of zombie outbreak, maybe the only defense against zombies might be mummies. Therefore, having huge amounts of toilet paper, you could create mummies pretty quickly if you needed to. You could like wrap up your grandma and put her up in the window to like ward off you know, people who are scared of mummies. I think people are probably scared of mummies. They should be. They should be scared of mummies. Mummies were Egyptians. Egyptians spent their whole existences preparing for death. That's what Egyptians did. You know, we don't spend no time preparing for death because we're too busy living. You know, we out here living. And it takes a whole lifetime to learn just how to live. You know? And it took those Egyptians a whole lifetime to learn how to die. You know what I mean? But see, we are all networked now. What we can do is we can utilize each other and the knowledge shared by all of us and the knowledge of our ancestors and all of that stuff. We've got access to all of that stuff. And we can pull all that together and we can vanquish whatever dragons come in our direction. Those fuckers don't know what's gonna hit them. They don't know what's coming. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. What's going on with you lot anyway? What's going on? How are you feeling? What's going on in your vicinities? How's everybody coping? What's the local supermarket situations? You know, all that stuff. What you munching on? Sean Conway, Akira, the conduit of ancestral knowledge. So, you know, that's one of the things I'm trying to do. I'm really trying to work as fast as possible, right? I'm currently working on this Alan Watts album, which is amazing and by far the best Alan Watts album yet, certainly. And I mean, yeah, it's wonderful, and that's going to be really useful. But it's like there's so much material from history that would be useful to us, that would be useful if turned into a song. You know what I mean? So like, anyway, it's just working out good, man. The Marcus Aurelius album came just in time. I'm getting letters every day from people, and like right now, Lowe's just like saying that they're singing those songs as mantras, and they're playing it in the morning. They're singing it in the shower. It's helping them keep chill, put things in perspective, all that sort of thing. So that's dope. You know, we can only play our part. Yo, Sancho says the current season of Big Brother in Germany is filming, and none of the participants know about the outbreak. Do they still? I haven't seen Big Brother for like 20 years. Do they still do the thing when someone gets kicked out of the house? They come out and there's a big audience of people and they all hate them and they're like throwing stuff at them. Or maybe they like them and they don't. Is that sort of case? In which case, they're going to come out and there's going to be no one there, right? They're going to come out and it's going to be some crickets. Yo, that's epic. What up, Maxwell Wong, voice actor? Thank you for the super chat. And look at that epic avatar. Kira the Dawn, you absolute beauty. Keep spreading your art with the world. Yo, thank you very much, brother. Like with infinite Hulk Hogan face like yourself on my side, like how can we not achieve utter victory? You know? Utter victory. Yeah. This is cool. I get to like play my old. That last instrumental, by the way, was called Beauty Will Save the World. Beauty will save the world. I do believe that to be true as well. I don't know how you feel about that, but I do believe that to be true. I think Dostoevsky said that. Hold on 2 seconds. I've got a slightly glitching audio thing. Let me just fix something. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. That totally worked. We in here. Film Talk says we already won. Damn straight, baby. If you were a company, I would buy all your stock, says Market Forces. Market Forces, you're smart. By the way, if you're going to buy a stock, now is probably a really good time to buy a stock. I think all the rich people are buying loads of stock right now. And, you know, because when we come back from this in not very long, motherfuckers are going to be making lots. I can't swear, can I? Humans with disposable income are going to be making lots of money. The problem is, like here in California, like they shut down all the clubs. I don't know what's happening where you are. So like, you know, my DJ residency, that's done. And, you know, all the people I work with, all the barbacks, you know, all the waitresses, all the bar dudes and dudettes, like they all live in check to check. That's how they live. You know what I mean? But, you know, they're all smart. They're all smart. Like, we was all talking on Saturday. They're all hustling anyway. They all got side gigs going on. They all got plans and plots and schemes and all sorts of stuff. Like, I've been saying this my whole life. But, like, in the event of a zombie outbreak, you'd be freaked out for 5 minutes, and then we'd have worked out the new order of doing stuff, like, by the next day. You know what I mean? That's what humans are really, really good at. Humans are really good at adapting to new situations. You know? So we're going to be cool. We're going to be groovy. And, you know, everybody's pulling together to do cool stuff and sort the issues. The panic is just about to set in a couple of weeks, says Madhukar Kumar. It depends where the places are. It's kind of, you know, waving around the place. But people, like I'm saying, this is different. We've got Postmates. You know, it's... There's all sorts of stuff that we have. We've all got supercomputers. We can FaceTime each other, all this type of stuff. You know, maybe everything goes utterly crazy and there's some super violent sunspot activity that wipes out all the hard drives. We would still be groovy. We would still be groovy. Like, we'd be groovy no matter what, because that's what we do. You know. Hey, what up? Oh, my guy's back. Infinite Hulk Face. Thanks for the shout out. Max the Wong voice actor. Get your ass on Joe Rogan already. Save the world with your influence and positive vibes. Yeah. You know, okay. Since you asked so nicely, we probably should. How about that? We should probably do that. Film Tuck says change feels good, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Now, here's the thing. I mean, there's a number of things. The world already changed. We live in a different world to the world that our parents lived in and knew and understood. It's a very different world, and it has very different rules. Who was I listening to? I was listening to someone, and they were talking about how they had hired a homeless guy to help them fix up their house. And the homeless guy didn't have any knowledge about fixing houses. But he was able to do everything because he just looked up someone on YouTube to do it and did it. You know, it's like it used to be, I talk about this, you know, there's pluses and minuses of it. It used to be that you had to carry all of Beowulf in your head. You know what I mean? You had to have the whole story. And you'd all hang around and you'd tell each other the story and you'd be involved in the story and you'd engage in the story. That's kind of a beautiful thing that we've lost. That's something the printing press took from us. But what the printing press gave us was just this avalanche of knowledge and the ability to transmit that knowledge and spread that knowledge and share that knowledge at scale, further and further and wider and wider and wider and wider. You know? And we now live in a world where this knowledge has all been shared at scale and anyone can pick up a phone and find a 12-year-old to teach him how to fix a radiator. Now, it's a completely different mode of being to the previous mode of being, where like one person, you know, had the one bit and the other person had the other bit and so on and so forth. We've now got access to all this stuff. So everything's moving faster, and that every time we take a step forward, it always sort of creates some disruption, and then we have to fix that and so on and so forth. And everything we fix creates a new problem. That is how we boldly march forward to our destiny. And, you know, that's what's up. It's a new world. And it's a groovy one. It's going to be cool, you know? Anyone can pick up a phone and find a 12-year-old what? Anyone can pick up a phone and find a 12-year-old on YouTube who will show them how to do something. God damn it, Mushroom Wobbit. Anarcho-autism says the age of the artist. Alec Moran says, I have no trade skills. I'm DIYing all my own renovations. Free knowledge on the internet. Huge advantage. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And, you know, I always bang on about this, and then I forget it. I'm like, wait a minute. Why am I trying to work this thing out? Someone's already worked it out. I've wasted so much time, like, working stuff out completely unnecessarily. Now, obviously, you know, sometimes it's good to work things out because you might come up with a different way of doing it. That's why my music sounds the way it does. I was completely self-taught, and there was no YouTube tutorials when I was starting. So I was literally just pressing things and moving things around till they sounded good. And that's where a great deal of my sound came from, is that kind of experimental thing. So, you know, there's utility to all this stuff. There's utility to all this stuff. Market Forces is going to go plant some veg. That is very, very smart. That is very smart. Film Talk says it's good to do your own work too. Yes, it is. Aquarius says, I learned so much on YouTube. Yeah, right? It's crazy how much we've learned on YouTube. By the way, it'll be interesting to see what happens with YouTube now, because all of those people that they hire to like check if the content is okay, like, are at home or something. I don't know. They sent out an email just so that basically, I don't know if YouTube's going to start doing majorly clampdowns. You know, it was only until a couple of days ago you literally couldn't mention the Wu flu on YouTube. They'd just block the video, which is pretty weird. So they completely suppressed any knowledge on that being spread on YouTube. And I don't know if that was because, like, they're doing what the Chinese government tells them to do, or if because they didn't want to cause panics, or if, I don't know what the hell their thinking was behind that. But that's gone now anyway. So now my entire feed is Wu Flu videos from everybody. Everyone's dropping a Wu Flu video. And yeah, that's what's up. But guess what? This is going on for a bit, right? I don't know where you're at. What's going on? I think in LA they're saying 2 weeks we're going to be indoors. Might be 2 weeks, might be 3 months. Who knows? What it's going to lead to, I mean, it's a number of things it's going to lead to. We're going to have the second boomer generation. Christmas is going to be so many babies, and that's going to be really cool. So many babies are going to be born at Christmas. It's going to be a very, very magical Christmas. And loads of people are going to make stuff. Young Gravy was on Twitter. He's a rapper I like. He was on Twitter earlier moaning, saying, me and all my musician homies, like, our tours have all been cancelled, or we're all stuck at home. We don't know what to do. And I was like, we could make some music. Why don't you make some music? You know what I mean? All this stuff is going to be invented. First off, loads of art is going to be created that otherwise would never have existed. A shit ton of amazing technology is going to be created that otherwise never would have been out of sheer necessity. People trying to fix this thing, coming up with solutions for other things in the process, stuff in that nature. Akira the Don in quarantine for producing viral music. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Young Gravy and Baby No Bucks are dope. That is true. Maxwell Wong, voice actor. They are very dope. I don't know if you know, by the way, Young Gravy was in this very studio a couple years ago. Back when I was doing, remember when I was doing Nuke of the Week? I used to do a little segment. It's when I was focusing on Instagram. So I spent a year focusing on Instagram and Twitter and building those things up. I had this kind of idea that you could only really focus on 2 platforms at once, like one and maybe one second that kind of is complementary. So before I switched my attention to YouTube, I was focusing there, and I was doing a weekly series called Nuke of the Week, and I would highlight a song I liked. And Young Gravy had appeared. It was his like second single track, SoundCloud, whatever, upload, called Young Gravity. Young Gravity, I can pull your lady. You know, and it was dope. So I put it on Nuke of the Week, and he hit me up. And at that point, no one knew what he looked like, this rapper. He just used old sort of 50s pin-up illustrations for his artwork, and no one had seen his face. Everyone thought he was black because he had a really deep voice. He's actually a white guy who loves George Michael and is 9 foot tall. He's incredibly tall. Anyway, he came through the studio and chilled, and we played some records, and he asked me for some advice, and I gave him some advice. And then he went off and turned himself into a superstar. And that was just a beautiful thing to witness. So, big up to Young Gravy. Take this opportunity to make some amazing records. That's what you should do. Okay. Infinite Hulkface got to meet up with Young Gravy at a show in Vancouver. He's chill as well, that's fantastic. That's marvelous. What up? Nicholas Ryan says, Akira, I'm your biggest fan. Nicholas Ryan, I'm your biggest fan. Look at you, beautiful creature. Thank you for being here. Favorite Grant Morrison book? Brian Hack is asking. That's a good question. I would say The Filth. Ooh, and The Filth. I might have to reread that, because The Filth is basically kind of like this meta-narrative about an infection spreading. And it's like, it does it on the micro and the macro and the kind of the intergalactic and the microscopic. And it's kind of the inverse of his story, The Invisibles. The Invisibles, the elevator pitch of that was, imagine every conspiracy theory you've ever heard was true. And then there's like a team who are kind of fighting that. That was one of the major inspirations for The Matrix. The Matrix ripped it off like almost panel by panel in some points. But yeah, I would say The Filth by Grant Morrison is my favorite Grant Morrison comic book. His book, Super Gods, is fantastic. You should read that. It works as both a really ill autobiography of an amazing creator, and it also works as the story of how comic books became our modern mythology. So yeah. For Object, thank you for the super chat. You bad man, Majama. Says, thanks for the amazing music I listen every day at work. That's awesome. That's sick. Shouts out to everyone listening every day at work. By the way, if you don't know, we have a MEANINGWAVE playlist on Spotify. It basically has all the MEANINGWAVE songs on it, which guess how many hours worth of MEANINGWAVE music is now on Spotify? Do you know? It's 18. 18 hours. That's just the MEANINGWAVE stuff. If you add together the instrumentals and stuff, you could straight up be listening to Akira the Don music and nothing without shuffling or anything for a couple of days. But anyway, I rearrange that every week and I rejumble it and stuff. And this week, we've rejumbled it. And if you go look at the MEANINGWAVE playlist on Spotify right now, the first songs, like the first 15 or something, are all dope songs that you could use to combat anxiety or fear or any of the emotions that might be, you know, getting in your vicinity while all this stuff is going on, you know. Anyway, and I'm going to be doing a couple of like live mixes based on some of those things this week, stuff of that nature. Chris Whitmore, have you ever thought of using machine learning to help make music? I do already. I do already, Chris Whitmore. This is part of how. You know, here's the thing. I did say that when we hit 100 patrons on Patreon, I will do a live stream where you can watch me making a song from scratch and you can see the whole process on that. We're on 99 patrons now, so that's going to happen. So yeah, you'll see. But yeah, I use a bunch of tools that incorporate machine learning and AI. It's not real AI, but they call it AI, right? You know, I use my drum machine. My drum sampler, that basically kind of like it's been learning what I like and stuff of that nature, and it suggests me things based on what it thinks I might like at certain times. I feed it folders of stuff, and it throws up certain sounds and this, that, and the other. I've got a thing that I use that comes up with melodies, you know, so I'll have some chords and stuff, and this thing can come up with a melody, and I can edit it and change that and stuff of that nature. I got a bunch of things I've been using. I was trying one last week that generates, you can like feed it in like vibes and a key and stuff, and it'll create an orchestra. It's very hit or miss, but it creates some really cool stuff that you can then sample and chop up and turn into something else. You know, it's really, really exciting right now. The world of music production is really exciting. Over the past couple of years, really amazing tools have started coming through. I guess, you know, they've been reverse engineering that UFO since the 50s, and they just got to the music bit of it, of the UFO, the bit of the UFO that was playing the songs on the dashboard. I guess they just got to that, because music tech has suddenly gone crazy. Yeah. Machionas, I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm probably not, says, for some reason when I listen to MEANINGWAVE, YouTube will auto stop it and ask me if I'm still watching. Personally, that has never happened with any video before. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I've never known that happen. Mine just stops all the time, weirdly. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. Joel G. Arnold wave would be amazing. Will. 1, 2, 3. Oh, just like says, are you worried about artificial intelligent competition between you and AI, the Don? No, I'm not. I'm not even slightly worried about that. I see all these things as tools, all these things that, you know, we can use to help us do better and better stuff. On this Alan Watts album, I've implemented some new technologies which are allowing me to write chords in a way I've always dreamed of, and I've never been able to up till now. And now I can. I've got some absolutely, for me, mind-blowing chord progressions and changes and sequences and instrumentation stuff on this new album, which is a result of harnessing technology and using it to help me do things better. And there's one thing, you can machines. You could program a machine to create an amazing song, but you still have to program it. And then you could have it there and it could be making amazing machines based on that programming, but it would always be based on that initial input. And maybe it could be looking out to other things and bringing things in. But the novelty factor, the divine spark of inspiration factor that only I possess. I'm not worried about a robot competing with me on that, but in the same way, I'm not worried about a human competing with me on that. I'm not worried about competition. I only compete with myself. And I'm beating the shit out of myself on a daily basis. And I mean that. I honestly mean that. I've thought about this stuff long and hard. I've run them through to the natural conclusion. We're not far away from a system in a club, for example. You could walk in the club and it would analyze everyone who comes in, and it would know their Spotify history. And it would know what they liked. It would be able to sense their mood, their heartbeat, and it would be able to select music based on all those factors. So it could work out amazing music, and it could work out how to play that music to increase that heart rate and decrease and things of that nature. A completely artificial intelligence DJ could be amazing, but I'm still amazing, and I'm still beautiful. And I still do like a little elbow wiggle, and like I still got what I have, my own Byzantine conduit through which my whole life is filtered and then comes out, is entirely unique to me, just as yours is to you. So I'm sure there's going to be some awesome robots, and I'll probably become a fan of some of them and really enjoy them. But like, there's still going to be people doing awesome stuff too. But the people are just going to be doing awesome stuff like at a higher capacity. They're going to be able to do more, and in the same way that I always talk about, our children who are growing up with Minecraft, right? And they can just create whatever their imaginations suggest. We're gonna within our lifetimes, within the next 15 years or so, we're gonna have entirely new technologies that allow us to express things that have never been expressed before. Music is a language that describes the indescribable, that which words cannot describe. That's why when you combine music with words that previously gave you a certain feeling can reduce you to tears. Like this song. This piece of music on its own is dope. And the words on this, the speech I sampled on this piece of music are dope. But you bring them together, it's indescribable. Only music can describe what it is and what it does. That's what it's for. 2 more V's. Really looking forward to the new What's Wave. Is it taken from One Talk or different ones? One Talk. One Talk. With Alan Watts. I find with Alan Watts is kind of this genius in the Alan Watts talks. His talks are already albums. He'll do like a 50-minute talk, and it will be broken down into like 3-4 minute segments, which each will link and weave together, but are actually quite distinct. Or certainly I'm able to analyze that. I've been able to see that, find that pattern. Joseph Campbell does the same thing. Not a lot of people do. It's a very specific skill. The only person I'd found who did it that well was Alan Watts, and then I worked with Joseph Campbell's voice, and he has the same skill. It's an amazing skill. Thank you, Insight of the Ages, for the super chat. It says, cheers, mate, beers on me. Here's to staying alive in our future age. Glad to share it with you. Yo, there is nowhere I would rather be than right here with you. And that's real. Bless up, jumping bean. Oh, what up, thought object? Alan Watts, an apple tree, apples, a galaxy, peoples. Exactly. Exactly that. My guy, Jumping Bean. David Bone, Meaning Wave. Thank you. Indeed. Indeed. So many waves to make. So many waves to make, and it's gonna be dope. Well, anyway, what time is it? Yo, it's shit. Look at this. Okay, we'll do a little more chat, and then I'll play some music. How about that? I'll DJ for you. I'll play you a set. I'll DJ, and you can chill. and count your myriad blessings and all that sort of business. Have you ever considered asking some of your vocalists to follow a script you've sent them? Yeah, I've done that before. I've done that before, and will do again. Yeah, I mean, it's worth bearing in mind that I've been doing this. I was kind of doing stuff that was leading towards this for a long time. Do you know what year it is? Oh my goodness. This year marks the 20th anniversary of me making music, all like full time, pretty much. I would say full time 2004. That's when like I got my first record deal and I quit the job I had. But like I formed my rap group on the morning of the millennium and was making music every day since then, basically. So that's 20 years. That's a long time, right? You know what I mean? You got to get those 10,000 hours in somehow. Every overnight success was decades in the making, etc. But you know, I did, the last time it was this weird, I've talked about this a lot, and I will continue to talk about it a lot. You know, we've talked before about the 7-year cultural swing that many of us have observed. If you've been if you've been around a few years, you can start to observe patterns. You know, and humans are nothing if not pattern-seeking creatures, meaning-seeking creatures, and pattern-seeking creatures. You know, that's us. Oh, hey. Shouts out to Morgan, Flarky. Thank you for the super chat. MEANINGWAVE every day, Jocko and Goggins makes a great motivational workout mix. Will you be making a Joe Rogan album? Or who's next on your list? Funny you should say that, and I can't really say any more currently. But you know what time it is. You know what's up. You know what time it is. You know what's going on. Like I was saying, if you're paying attention to patterns and stuff, you can see where all this is going. You can see what's going on. You can read the leaves. But yeah, every 7 years, culture swings. We talk about this a lot here in history. Culture swings from what you could call psychedelic to punk. All right, it'll go from a kind of like happy sort of multicolored psychedelic jubilance to dark, nihilist, angry, sort of scared, rough, whatever. And I've been saying for a long time that 2020 would be the peak of the nihilist, dark punk terror swing, and then we'd be swinging back to the trippy land and all this stuff. Trippy land boils up from the underground and comes bubbling up, you know. And this has been going on a long time. I remember the KLF. Do you remember the KLF? Justified Ancients of Moo. They were mixing like Robert Anton Wilson. They were very Robert Anton Wilson influenced, and that's someone you're going to be hearing about a lot more over the next few years. There was no real need for him over the past 7 years, but there will be coming up. You know, the last time it was weird was 2012, 2013. In 2012, one way you can always tell what's going on is just look at what conspiracy theorists are talking about. You know, in 2012, they were all talking about a staged alien invasion. They were saying that the Olympics 2012, where you could reorganize the logo so it spelled Zion rather than 2012, and they were calling it the Apocalyptics. They were saying there was going to be a staged alien invasion, and that was going to be used as a pretext to declare martial law and all this type of stuff, and there was lots of high weirdness involved in that whole situation. And I made a mixtape called Zion 2012, the Apocalyptics, and I sampled a lot of the people who were talking about all that weirdness at the time. One of whom was a young lad from Leeds, as I recall, who died mysteriously after handing his research over to some conspiracy websites. And I made a sort of themed mix album about that concept. And I sampled all these people talking, and I put like music behind it. It had a bit of a War of the Worlds vibe. And I got a friend of mine who had a very, very beautiful voice. And I got him to read all these sections that bridge the whole thing together. That was kind of a proto MEANINGWAVE experiment. Is there any content from Richard Feynman to work with? Yeah, there really is. I've got a whole folder of it. Oh my God. Well, first of all, by the way, I never know how to pronounce his name. But yeah, he's got a beautiful voice and he says really awesome stuff. So yeah, I've got a whole folder of things I want to do with him. So yeah, that's a great one. William Gibson wrote a book about pattern recognition. What was that? I've had 3 Uber drivers tell me to read William Gibson in the past week. So I guess it must be time to read William Gibson. Huh. Chaos and order. Too much order equals... Hey, where'd this go? I just lost that comment. Move. Oh well. Locked and ready for the meaning demics, says Small in Australia. What up, Small in Australia? Small in Australia did a wonderful thing. We dropped a mix the other day, and I'd lost the track listing. And Small in Australia worked out like 80% of it. So that was great. Thank you for that. Yeah. Can you link us all the 2012 stuff? Which stuff do you mean? I mean, the record, I think, is still on my SoundCloud. You know, if you want to go digging around on my SoundCloud, you'll find some old stuff before it gets deleted, because it probably will get deleted. It will get deleted, I'm sure. Ben Regal says, play some music, please. Okay, I will. In which case, I will. Sam Hammer says, what kind of soundboard should I get if I want to start playing around with music? I don't know about a soundboard. Man, that's a deep question. What you should do, here's what you should do. Go on YouTube and watch people making music with computers. I'm assuming you mean computers. And see which one looks most intuitive to you, and try that, I would say. And before you buy anything, a bunch of these are free. There's a lot of really powerful DAW, digital audio workstations, that are free. You can download for free. You can make amazing music right now for free. You know? So just try it and see what works for you, what feels intuitive. And I remember, yeah, there's kids on YouTube who'll show you how to do anything. You ain't got to be fumbling around in the dark no more. You ain't got to be banging your head against the proverbial wall. Yeah. Have you played around with the theremin at all? Yeah, my friend, blonde Jeremy Deacon, used to have a theremin. We used to mess around with that back in the day, around 2005, I think. Orsavan, timeline on Aurelius Volume 2. Need that wisdom to get me through upcoming quarantine. Yo, I'm going as fast as I can, baby. This Alan Watts album is what I'm doing right now. And then we're straight into the next stuff. But, like, yeah, don't you worry. Nicholas Ryan says, Akira is my biggest hero in the world with JBP. That's very sweet of you, Nicholas Ryan. You're my hero. Bless up you. I'm gonna give you the bomb explosion. Yeah, how about that? All right, boom. All right, let's play some music. I'm gonna play a set. How about that? I'm gonna freestyle a set of some sort. I will play some nice, chill music for us to nice and chill to. Yeah. So yeah, let's get it.
check it out. It's Raekwon the Chef, rocking with Akira the Dawn, you heard? You know what it is, man.
Hi, David Hasselhoff, alias The Hoff. You're listening to Akira the Dawn. Stay tuned. David Hasselhoff, alias.
Clout.
Yeah.
Man, how are we supposed to kill the rest of the afternoon?
Must kill time, boys. You must cherish it. Seize the day. Can I have some change to go get loaded?
Shouts out to everybody locked in. Live from the peak of recorded human history, this is Akira the Dawn with Live from Dawn Studios. You are here, I am here, there ain't nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. Love to you and to your family. It's a beautiful day to be alive. It's a beautiful night to be alive. Right here. Dawn Studios. 2020 AD. It's the most auspicious year. Rah. What up? Welcome to the Church of Meaning. Dawn Studios, LA. Shouts out to everybody locked in. Best community or what, mate? Are you my block?
One vision that I've had of the kind of future utopia is it opens on a world which looks like our world of 10,000 years ago. People live tribally, they are physically perfect, they are naked, they want for nothing. They appear to have no material culture whatsoever. Then when you shift your point of view so that you're inside one of these people's heads, you discover that when they close their eyes, there are menus hanging in space in front of them. And by glancing at these menus with a certain intensity, they are able to make their way into a culture that is entirely three-dimensionally present for them, but which nowhere impinges on the world of three-dimensional space. Sort of the idea that you could have the Vatican Library installed optionally when you have dental work. I don't think this is that far-fetched. I mean, a lot of money is going toward this. Money can be made from this. We have to figure out, unless we're ready to, hang the rascals, then we're going to have to figure out some way to make money out of saving the world, saving the world, saving the world. We're going to have to figure out some way to make money out of saving the world, saving the world, saving the world. And I think these entertainment technologies are the way to go. I think that what we should all be trading in 15 or 20 years from now is ideas. And ideas should be worth more than anything.
Yeah, what is up?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, oh man.
Hey, how about that? How about that, ladies and gentlemen? How are you doing? What is going Yo, shouts out Awful Waffle. Thank you for the super chat. Keep the positive vibes coming, my dude. I got you. Should probably turn the delay off now, huh? Goodbye, delay. Yo, that was fun. That was cool. Yeah, that was dope. Thank you for being here. How are you doing? Thank you, Nirvana 8 Radiohead. Said beautiful mix. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was cool. That was fun. I just freestyled that. There was nothing, not one aspect of that was planned at all. I just went off of vibe. Just went off of vibes. You just got to go off of vibes sometimes. And then other times, the good thing to do is prepare something really, that you really thought through. So we're going to be doing all of that this week. Because we're going to be doing this every day this week. And maybe every day for going forward. Who knows how long you'll need me? How long will you need me playing you DJ sets? I mean, what do you think? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Who knows? None of us know. All I know is that we're together and we have got the tools we need to do whatever we need to do. All right? And that's groovy. So yeah, shouts out to you all. Thank you for being here. I'm much better now. Meaningful mix, feeling very calm and chill. Important this day. Grateful once again. Small in Australia. You big in Australia, my guy. You are like Godzilla in Australia. My God. Best news I heard all day. Machionius. I will never pronounce that name correctly, but thank you. Luke Coles says forever. Well, you know, shit, if that's what you need. If you need me forever, then maybe I'll have to be here forever. You know, I always thought that I was going to live to biblical ages. Well, a biblical age. I suppose I can have multiple. But maybe it'll have to be longer. Huh? Maybe it'll have to be longer. We don't know. We don't know. And that's fine. It's okay. You ain't got to know everything. You don't got to know everything, and you don't got to have an opinion on everything. There is no cosmic rule that says you have to have an opinion about every damn thing or pretend you know every damn thing. You know what I mean? Deal with your domain. Concentrate on what's in your domain, and you will feel way less pain. You will feel no unnecessary pain if you focus on what is inside your domain. That's some real facts, Jack. The meaning-demic is many times more powerful than the pandemic. Yeah, exactly. Screw Pan. Screw Pan. And screw Pan. Goddamn fawn. Was he a fawn or was he a, those guys with horses? What was that guy? Centaur. I'm a centaur, for Christ's sakes. I like to eat rice cakes and listen to classical music. Shouts out to Buck65. There's like a few, there aren't even that many rappers whose like songs I could recite from start to front. Buck65 has got a couple. Pan was a satire, says Albino Thunderbones. Oh, thank you, Albino Thunderbones. I don't know much about Pan. I used to like the Waterboys. They were like an Irish sort of folk stadium folk band, maybe. They had a song about Pan. When I was a little kid, I'd hear about Pan and stuff, and like he kind of scared me. You know, I was kind of scared of Pan. He had like hooves, you know, and he was like shirtless. And I don't know if I was getting confused with the Pied Piper in my head, but I felt that Pan was always like playing panpipes and leading people off to places that were possibly very dangerous, you know? I don't know why I felt that. I don't know if that's even true. Do you know what? I really have no idea. I don't know anything about Pan. But my memory of being a child is of being a bit creeped out by Pan. So there. Yeah, anyway. What's going on, chat? Philip K. Dick was all over the Matrix concept in the 70s. Loving the live stream. 432 Flat Earth Awakening is the virus. Spread it far and wide. Love from the Cornish Piskies. Damn, that was intense. This is what's going on right now. Intense things are happening. The whole world has turned into Alex Jones overnight. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing time. It's like the whole world just got a consciousness upgrade thing. Like whole things, whole concepts that were completely foreign / fictional to people a couple days ago are now like real life. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. Someone gonna tell me about Pan or what? Pan's Labyrinth had my nightmares going hard. Oh yeah, I saw that thing. What I remember about that is it looked cool. I saw that in the movies, and all I remember about Pan's Labyrinth is it looked cool. You know, your guy, what's his name, Del Toro, who made that movie, he was going to make a movie based on Mountains of Madness, or whatever that Lovecraft story about aliens is called. And then your boy, forgot his name, adult brain, made Prometheus, which had a similar story, and scuppered that concept. Wasted that concept. I'll never get over how bad Prometheus was. I will haunt me until the day I die. Pan is Goku's granddaughter. Pan is connected to fertility in the season of spring. I know, but what's that got to do with him shirtless, running around playing some panpipes and leading people into the woods? You know what I mean? Panic comes from the god Pan. Yo, that would make sense. That would make sense. I mean, it's got Pan in the word. That would make more sense to me. I don't get a good vibe off that Pan dude. I'm telling you. I don't get a good vibe off him. Shirtless, playing the pipes and stuff. Just like, I don't know. I know what he's up to. Can't trust shirtless guys with hooves. Did you get that? Does that make sense? All right. I am going to go and carry on making this Alan Watts album. So, yeah, I could hang out with you guys all day, frankly. I like you very much. You're a very nice group of people to hang about. And, you know, like, It's actually a very civilized way of doing things. When I DJ in the club, you know what I mean? I DJ and everyone goes ape shit. And then the lights come on and everyone gets kicked out. And people run over and they quickly sort of like grab me and try to give me a hug or whatever and try and like, you know, hit me off with some pandemic and like go out into the night. I don't get to have many meaningful conversations with people, really hear what they're thinking and feeling. But like, here's you guys. Shouts out. We got a new member. Boo. Yeah. Look at this bad guy. He's a bad guy. He's a new member. He's book 66. He's a bad guy. I forgot to even tell you. I'm sometimes I'm very bad at promotional things. You can be a member now. You can become a member of the Akira the Don YouTube channel. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And that means, as you probably see, once you're a member, you get like a little like thing next to your name. You know, you look cool. Like, everyone's impressed, you know, but also you get like access to all these live streams because I can't publish these live streams to the YouTube channel because then YouTube kills me in its algorithm and no one gets the new videos or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these so that members can access them. So if you want to watch back any streams, you can do that. Also, you get the DJ sets as downloads. You'll get all that. And then higher tiers, you can get your name in the credits of the videos and things of that nature. Go check it out. You can be a member today. Hey, hey, hey. Shabba, shabba, shooby dooby. Anyway, yeah. Thanks, everyone, for being here. This was fun. Hentai Warhol Z, he had to type CIA. You know what I mean? That's just, I don't know what to say, man. Having to type CIA. Yeah! Hey, what's up? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Akira the Don. This has been the Church of Meaning. We didn't do the international high five. We should have done that at the beginning. Don't worry, I'll get used to this stuff. I remember all the things we have to do to bring us together as a community. I think we should do the international high five. Let's do that. So it's very simple. It's very simple. I'm just gonna do a countdown, and then you're gonna like high five the screen, and that's a completely safe. That's a safe, healthy way of having like an international moment of like mutual kind of appreciation and love and getting together, all that. You know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be the high five, the international high five. Are you ready? You ready? Oh, yeah, Hentai Warthol says simultaneous sip is good too. It is. That's what I ripped off. That's where I got the idea from. But you don't have to sip. Some people find sipping a bit gross. You know what I mean? And you haven't always got a drink. You haven't always got a beverage. All you need to do the high five is a hand. Shit. If you ain't got a hand, you could do it with your stump. Like, you're groovy. So let's go. I high five in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boo! Yeah. Yeah, that felt good. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, okay, so finally then we should say a prayer. And next time, I think I'm gonna get this up on screen because I think this is a good prayer and we can say it all together, but I guess you can maybe repeat after me. We'll do a prayer. All right, you ready? I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to wash over me and through me. I can't remember the rest of it. I'll have to write it down. Anyway, it's pretty good. It's a good prayer. Maybe I should bring it up. Flip it. And yeah. How's about that, by the way? In the year the Litany of Fear is going to be really useful. Dune movie is coming out. How is that possible? Oh yeah, there you go. All right, boom. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to wash over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. When the fear has gone, where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Gang! You dig? You dig! That's right, Lemon GF, you got it. You got it. You got it. I like to commit that to memory when you get it down. Yeah, you know what I mean? I thought I had that in memory, by the way. That's one of the reasons I turned it into a MEANINGWAVE song, that I forgot the end of it just there. Yeah, anyway, boom. So, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. So make sure you are subscribed and have notifications on so you know when we go live, because I don't know what time we're going to be doing it. But we're going to be doing it, well, every day. Yes, we are. Feel free to hit me up and let me know what you want to hear. I've been planning for these live streams. I'm going to do some kind of like themed mixes, you know, on themes. And I was going to do some themes of vibes and like MEANINGWAVE mixes. And I was going to do some stuff like, you know, play all MF Doom beats, set, things like that. But, you know, any thoughts you have, ideas, or whatever it is, you let me know. I'm here for you. You know, this is yes, that's right, WMIV, Doom Mix. I'm going to do a Doom Mix. Got to do a Doom Mix, man. Like, I want it to exist, just so I can play it back for myself, you know? So, yeah, anyway. Thank you all for being here. I've been Akira the Don. You've been a bad mama jammer. Let's get it. Stay cool. Like, just like some little funsies, you know? That's all you got to do. I love you. Peace. Yeah, and the broadcast. Shit.